Welcome again. The IB ESS exam for May 2019. It's happening on the 20th of May and the 21st of May. On Monday the 20th of May, you'll be taking paper 1 in the afternoon. Paper 1 is made up of a case study, which means you'll be provided with a resource booklet and you will use that resource booklet to extract certain bits of data, and you would use your knowledge of environmental systems and societies to answer those questions. You should bear in mind that all of the answers to these questions will not be derived directly from the data booklet, although you would have to read graphs and tables and analyze diagrams of various kinds and apply it to a particular context. You would still need to use a lot of your knowledge from the ESS guide for first exams in 2017 and beyond. And I hope that you have a copy of the ESS guide and all of the details to use in preparation for this year's examination. After this paper, you go home for a night of rest and final study as you prepare for the all-important paper 2. Paper 2 is 90 minutes long, and it's going to count for 50% of your final grade in environmental systems and societies. Paper 1 makes up 25% of your grade, and the IA, which is completed, the internal assessment, that comprised the remaining 25%. So paper 2 is all important because it focuses on the details of environmental systems and societies, and it's divided into 2 sections. In section A, you would have some compulsory questions where you write the answers on a few lines. You might be using data from tables and graphs and diagrams. And then comes the all-important section B of paper 2, where you are required to answer 2 questions out of a choice of 4. It's important that you choose these questions carefully, and in particular, you pay attention about how to answer the questions to part C of section B. Over the years, I've given many tips on how to follow the systems approach to ESS, and have pointed out that ESS is a holistic study and not something to be looked at on a topic-by-topic basis. While we must study it on a topic-by-topic basis, assessment is holistic, and you must use areas from different parts of the ESS syllabus or guide and bring those together to answer questions. And this is particularly so for part C questions in section B of paper 2. Over the years, I've given many tips on how to approach the IB ESS exam, including areas such as understanding the command terms. Here in 2015, the 3-tiered approach to pollution management. Here in 2016, the fixes and the solutions in environmental management. Also in the 2016 tips, the holistic study of ESS and the systems approach. Here in 2015, I made a TED-Ed lesson on the tropical rainforest and highlighted that in 2017. In April 2018, I recommended the Loess Plateau as an excellent case study for good environmental management because it showed the importance of how society affects the environment and how the environment affects society. In addition, it shows how changes in the biotic environment can impact the abiotic environment. And it also highlights the link between poverty and environmental degradation. This year, I would like to bring your attention to paper 2, section B. And here you will be required to answer 2 questions out of 4. And I want you to pay particular attention to how you approach your answer to part C. Here in 2017, I highlighted the mark scheme for paper 2, section C, and I would like you to return there and to look at it and to remember to reflect holistically, make connections between different sections of the course, keeping in mind that ESS is a holistic study with a systems approach. And now for this year, I would like to leave you with 2 questions to consider. First, evaluate the effect of EVS, environmental value systems, on the management of plastic pollution in the ocean. Now, first of all, you would have to consider what are the various EVS, environmental-centric, the anthropocentric, and the technocentric perspectives. What does each value system bring in terms of its way of thinking about a problem and how to solve that problem. What possible solutions are there for the management of plastic in the ocean? The three-tiered approach to pollution management highlighted in the ESS guide and in my previous videos could be very useful in organizing your ideas. Do we need a technical solution? Do we need taxes? Do we need education? Or do we need a combination of all environmental value systems and all management approaches? After you have evaluated all of the perspectives from the various environmental value systems, it is acceptable to end your answer to this type of question with a reasoned conclusion, such as all environmental value systems need to be combined in having a meaningful solution to many environmental problems. For example, and then you cite specific instances of how the anthropocentric approach would be useful, or how the technocentric approach could be useful for physically removing the plastic from the ocean, or how the ecocentric approach could be useful in that for the future, plastic should not be used at all so the problem does not repeat itself. So each environmental value system could have its different way of looking at this problem. As far as having a solution to the problem, it might require a bringing together of various approaches and perspectives to solve the problem. And then consider this question. For an endangered species that has recovered, explain the contribution of environmental value systems to its initial decline and then to its subsequent recovery. An excellent case study to examine this type of issue is the case of the California Condor. And this year, I would like to recommend an excellent TED Talk by Michael Mace, where he highlighted the story of how the condor population was taken to the brink of extinction, and then through a combination of a range of environmental management strategies, the condor population began to recover. Good luck in this year's examinations.